Hey there, welcome to the video. Today, we're going to be diving into a KDP niche that's perfect for beginners, and that is the blood sugar logbook. Now, why should you care about this niche? Well, let me break it down for you. First, these books are incredibly simple to create. We're talking about straightforward interiors that don't require design skills or complicated software. In fact, I'll even show you exactly how to create them step by step. Second, there's low competition in this niche, which means that you have a real chance to get your book noticed, even if you're just starting out. And third, the demand is high. Blood sugar logbooks are essential tools for people managing their health, and by the looks of it, there are a lot of people searching for these types of books on Amazon every single day. This niche is a fantastic way to start generating passive income. In fact, I'll show you multiple sellers who are earning an extra couple of $100 a month, and for some, $1,000 a month, all from a single book. And here's how it works. Once you upload your book on Amazon, they handle everything from printing, shipping, selling, and even customer service. All you have to do is just sit back and collect your royalties at the end of the month. It's really that simple. And the beauty of it is that while Amazon is doing the hard work for you, you can focus on creating more books to grow your income even further. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So in this video, we're going to be taking a deep look into the blood sugar logbook niche, looking at why it's so profitable and how you can carve out your own space in this market. I'll show you how to validate this niche to ensure that it's worth your time and effort. We'll look at some of the top performing books in this niche, compare them, and identify what's working so you can replicate their success. And then finally, I'm going to guide you through the process of creating the interiors for your very own blood sugar logbook. It's beginner friendly, easy to follow, and by the end, you'll have a book ready to publish. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt completely lost when it comes to creating your first KDP book? Maybe you're not sure where to start, or you've been putting it off because it feels overwhelming. Well, don't worry, I've been there, and that's why I created my KDP Royalty Roadmap. It's a free step-by-step guide that walks you through publishing your very first book, even if you've never done anything like this before. It's practical, beginner-friendly, and focused on getting you results. So if it sounds like something that you need, I'll leave the link down below. So if we take a look at this niche, the blood sugar logbook on Amazon, we're going to see a few things here. Number one, we see total results at 1,101. We see the exact match at 26 out of 47. Independently published books, 37. The average bestsellers rank at 281,000. The average reviews at 136. The average price at $8. And a niche score of 54. What does this all mean? Now, all of that information is useful if you know what to look for. And so when I'm validating a niche and I'm trying to see if there's potential for profits here, I'm looking for three specific things. Number one has to do with competition. So there's no point putting a book up on Amazon in an overly competitive niche because the chances of you getting on the first page of Amazon so your book can be seen and be sold is going to be very slim to none. So I'm looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less because this is going to ensure that I have an easier chance at getting my book ranked on that coveted first page so it can be seen and it can be sold. Number two has to do with the demand. So there's no point putting a book up in a niche that has no demand. No one's looking for that type of book. So in order to judge demand and make sure that people are actually looking for this type of book, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that these books are selling consistently at about 1 sale per day, which means there has to be some type of demand here. And number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by Titan's Quick View that basically validates the first 2 steps, and that is a score of at least 50. Now, all this information that you see on this purple bar comes from Titan's Quick View, and this is a free KDP research tool that I use on a daily basis. And so you can download it from the Chrome Web Store, install it on your browser, so you can get all this information for free, as well as follow along with my videos. Now, with that first step, We want about 1,000 results or less. This is going to ensure that the competition is not too high, not too competitive here. So we see 1,101. That's a great thing about Titan's Quick View is it gives you the exact total results. As opposed to Amazon, if we see right here, over 1,000 results, it's not really telling us how many exact results. So that's why I use Titan's Quick View. Now, when it comes to the exact match, this is basically saying how many books on this first page are ranking for this exact keyword in their book's title. So we see 26 books using this exact keyword in their title. How many books are independently published books, meaning how many books here are KDP books. This can also be seen as competitors. And then we have the average bestsellers rank here at 281,000, which is good enough for about one book sold per day. And then the average reviews at 136 and the average price at $8.02. And then finally, we have a niche score here of 54. That's above the 50 that I'm looking for. So everything so far points to potential profits. All we need to do is cover those 3 or more KDP books that have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or more. And so we're going to go with the first row here. Notice they're all sponsored products. So I simply skip these books because this is where publishers are paying to boost their books' rankings. And I'm really looking for organic rankings. We have this first one right here, independently published, which means it's a KDP book. This is the type of book that I'm looking for with a bestsellers rank of 31,000. The next one right here, same deal, 111,000. And the one right next to it, same deal, ranked at 71,000. So right away, the first 3 books that are organically ranking already satisfy that demand portion that I have. But what I like to do is I like to go through the entire first page to see how much more demand there is. We have another one here, 114,000. Another one here, 84,000. We have this one at 33,000. And this one at 201,000. So a lot of books here doing very well, 94,000. We keep going down more and more. We have one here, 18,000. Keep going down more, 215,000. This one is 187,000. Let's keep going down. Let's go down to kind of the last bit here. We have this one, 57,000, 240,000. This one is 202,000, 96,000, 292,000. So it doesn't matter where you end up on the first page, you're going to sell pretty well. And the other thing that I noticed with this niche is the type of themes that you could go about creating your book. So you have your ones like this one where you put the interior as your front cover. And these ones do very well. However, you can also go a different route. You can do more of this type of design, floral design. So this is a very nicely designed cover right here. And then if we keep going, there's even other ones here that I saw, more floral designs, they do well. And then you have this one, kind of like a comedic, humorous type of cover that used to do well when I first started Amazon KDP. And in some cases, it still can do pretty well, as you can see with a ranking of 187,000. And then we can go up and then we have some here with patterns, more floral design, and then the ones with the interiors as the front cover. And then you have this one, more of a cutesy type of cover. This one is of a cactus. And so with this niche, even though it's a basic type of book, it's pretty well diverse in the types of covers that you can create and still do very well. Now, another niche that you could enter that's basically the same thing as the blood sugar logbook would be the diabetic logbook. This one's going to be a little bit better on the niche score of 79, so well above that 50 that I always look for. The average bestsellers rank is better at 105,000. Average reviews is still pretty low. Average price about the same. This one's $9. And the total results still about 1,000 at 1,194. However, notice the exact match. There's only 2 out of 48 on the first page. And there's only 29 independently published books. So this one's going to be less competitive. However, still very high demand. And if we go through the first page really quickly, we can see the same exact type of books as the previous niche. So this is the one that you want to target if you're going to be doing the blood sugar logbook. You can target both in your keywords. You can use this one as your title, and then you can use blood sugar in your subtitle. So you can take advantage of both niches. So let's take a look at this book. This is the blood sugar logbook, a weekly blood sugar diary. enough for 106 weeks or 2 years. The price is at $6.99, the typical price for logbooks, and this is sized at 6 by 9 inches, which is what I would say a typical size for logbooks, and 110 pages. Now, if we look at the sample, so we can see the cover, very simple type of cover. This is just a pattern cover with a very simple title. And then here's the first page. You have your personal data in case of emergency, essential contacts, and just your standard stuff. And then your notes page, notes page, notes page. And then here is the interior. You have your week, your weight, your date, your meal, before, after, note. And then you have Monday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, bedtime, and then basically copy and paste all the way through for the different days of the week. Once you finish the first page here, you just duplicate the page over and over and over and over and over again. And that's the reason I love creating logbooks, is because you don't have to spend a lot of time creating the interiors. And you can basically keep creating more and more logbooks and keep improving your skill as a KDP publisher. Now, if we take a look at the bestsellers rank on this KDP book sales calculator, we can see that this book makes about $18 per day in estimated royalties and about $546 per month in estimated royalties. Not so bad when you just looked at that interior and how simple it is. Now, if we check out this book, so the cover is a little bit different. As we can see, the interior is actually showcased on the cover. So same thing, 2-year blood sugar logbook, $6.99, same price, same dimensions as 6 by 9 inches. This one is 100 pages. And if we scroll down to check out the A+ content, we can see that this is the interior, very, very similar to the previous book, just a few subtle changes. This one adds a mood, but basically it's the same type of information that is being tracked. And this is going to be duplicated over and over and over again throughout the book. You have your personal data, your emergency contact, diabetologist, your pharmacy, and your notes. Now, you're going to have your option when you print your book, whether you want to do a matte cover or a glossy cover. It really depends on the type of book you're making and your intended audience. But this one, as we can see, says aesthetic matte cover, which does sell pretty well for this type of logbook. Now, if we go ahead and plug this bestsellers rank into the KDP book sales calculator, very similar numbers, $18 per day, $551 per month in estimated royalties. Now, if we check out this book, so this one has a different cover. This one has more of a patterned type cover. However, it's going to be the same type of book. This one, blood sugar and blood pressure logbook, priced at $6.99. And this one is 6 by 9 inches, 110 pages, enough for 2 years. Now, if we take a look at the sample, so same type of thing, personal data. This one's going to have a place for allergies, but you have your emergency contact, and then your specialists and your doctors all right here. So even more information to track, and then notes, 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 and then your interior for your logbook. So you have your blood sugar, very similar to the previous two books. This one just squeezes the blood sugar part and adds a blood pressure tracker as well. And so you could think about that. You can think about creating a blood sugar and a blood pressure logbook, or you can create two separate books, for one for blood sugar, one for blood pressure. And then, as you can see, duplicated over and over and over again throughout the book. Now, if we plug this book's BSR into the book sales calculator, that's going to be good for about $30 per day in estimated royalties, which is going to be good for almost $1,000 per month in estimated royalties from basically the same type of logbook that we've seen before. Now, since this is a logbook, this is going to be a pretty simple interior to make. Honestly, you could make it from scratch by just drawing out the lines and the squares and adding all of the data and all the stuff in there. But I'm going to show you an even faster way to complete the interior of this book. That's going to be a lot easier for you because all of these pages are already going to be done. So all you really have to do is modify it, and then you'll be done. Now, what you're going to want to do is head on over to Creative Fabrica. And if you don't already have an account, sign up for an account. It's about $4 a month, billed at $47 a year. Normal price is $348. This gives you yearly all access to everything that they have, the graphics, the fonts, the AI generator, all of these KDP interiors. And this is going to be a discounted price that you can keep forever. And basically make a search for blood sugar logbook. Now, once you're here, look through all of these interiors. These are all going to be done for you interiors. You can basically upload this straight into KDP and just hit publish, but that's not what we're looking at because it's not going to be something that's original and it might lead into some duplicate content warnings from Amazon, which you want to stay away from. So what you want to do is you want to search for these interiors that say that they're Canva editable or that they're an editable Canva template. And so another way that you can go about this is just type in Canva in your search. And as we can see, here's one right here, this blood sugar logbook editable Canva template. So this is exactly what we're looking for. If we look at the interiors, you can see very simple to the books that we've seen, the books that we researched. However, this is going to allow you to make some changes really fast with this interior. Now here it is in Canva. Let's take a look at it. We have the blood sugar logbook. We have one in grayscale, black and white. This book belongs to, and then personal information, doctor's information, emergency contact, and then the blood sugar logbook. That's repeated over and over. So what you want to do is, first of all, take away the colored ones because we're going to print in black and white. Let's delete that. We can keep this. We can also change the design. So I honestly don't care for these designs right here. So I'm just going to remove them right away and delete them, and even delete this one. And then first things first, change the font to something else. This is one of the easiest things that you can do to make your interior more original. So I'm going to choose this font right here, and I'm going to change this one as well to something like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. So as we see, it changed it completely and it looks like a totally different interior, but we really didn't have to do any of the work. So if we keep it like that, now we can go on to the next page. This is the This Book Belongs To page. Obviously change the graphics out, delete this clipboard. You could also just put another clipboard if you wanted, but just something that looks different. So if I find something here under graphics, I like this one more, and let's just put it right here. And then this one right here, the heartbeat. Let's go ahead and search for something else, heartbeat. And let's go with something more like this and make it a little bit smaller. Maybe we can even do something like this and completely change the look of this. And then let's go ahead and find maybe blood sugar. And let's use this one because this looks like a blood sugar. And let's put this right here. Now another thing we can do, we can change this around, border style. We can make it thinner. I don't like it too thick, maybe 2. And then we can change the corner rounding. As we can see, you can do this. Let's go with this. And then change the font. So we used this one right here. There we go. Looks totally different. Go on to the next page. This one right here, we can go ahead and change the fonts back to that font that we're using. There you go. And then change all of these fonts as well to that secondary font we were using, which is this one. And really that's all you need to do. Obviously you can change these grids right here if you wanted to. You could make your own. You could put your own squares, or you could just keep it like this. And then you can also add different types of information if you wanted. Let's say you wanted to add more types of doctors, you could easily do that. For here, instead of doctor's information, instead of name here, you could just put multiple names and multiple contacts. So you could put a name here, and then you could put contact right here. Then we're just gonna unmerge these cells and then just copy this. So as you can see, it's very easy to change these boxes around and add more information, take away information, change the look of it. Then the next page, obviously, same thing, change the font to the font that we were using. Move this one to the side. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and delete this. And then we can go ahead and take this out actually completely and just color this black. Just keep it like that, very simple. And then change the fonts as well. And so you see it's starting to look a little bit different. And then once you've made your modifications, all you need to do is just keep duplicating it. An easy way to duplicate it is if you go here to grid view, you can go ahead and just copy this and keep pasting it for as many times as you need. And then obviously this notes page, we want to make some edits, make it more in line with the interior that we already have. So let's go ahead and change this and color it black. Let's go ahead and remove this one right here. We don't need that. And then let's go ahead and duplicate the rest of these pages. So we have about 100 pages. And then all you need to do is if you wanted to add more notes, you could also duplicate the notes page right here. And then there you go. You have a completed blood sugar logbook interior. All you have to do to save this so you can upload it onto KDP is hit share, download as a PDF print, download all pages, and then use RGB if you're using the free Canva. If you're paying for Pro, use CMYK because this is the best option, and then hit download. And if you haven't already, don't forget about my KDP royalty roadmap, which is going to be your free guide to help you create low and medium content books on Amazon KDP. So make sure to check it out. Link is down below. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.